Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto, or welcome to the channel if you're new, and welcome to this new video on SUI. We're going to do a full update on SUI. It's been a couple of days since I last covered SUI, which, by the way, back then I expected a pullback where we did not get one, right? I mean, the last time I covered SUI was right there when we were at 3.45. And I said, I think we're at least going to fill this imbalance right here towards 3.2, 3.1, and then rally up higher. But that's not what we did. We just rallied up higher from there, which is something you very often see in very bullish market circumstances like this. But now the problem is that we did not fill that imbalance, or maybe we filled it a little bit, but barely. So now we have three imbalances below the price. That's a bit of a problem. Historically, you can see it doesn't very often happen that we will not fill at least one or two of them. All right. I mean, you can go back to the last time for SUI right here. We had like 1, 2, 3 imbalances, and at least the upper one got filled. And now the upper one, I would say, is a little bit. I mean, it's a possibility that we only fill that, but we'll talk about that. And in the end, you can also see that all of them were filled. So know that is a possibility for the summer, for September as well. But for now, let's actually be a little bit positive about SUI, because finally I can be positive about the fundamentals for SUI. All right, because what we can see is that, first of all, total value locked is at new all-time highs. Total value locked right now is at $2.2 billion, which is great. Those are new all-time highs, and those are new all-time highs while the price is not at the all-time highs we made in January 2025. So very often what happens is that the TVLs just fully moves together with the price of the coin. Because a lot of that total value that's locked is in the price of the coin, so it's correlated. But what this means is that there's actual network growth. And then you can also see that's the green right here, that the DEX trading volumes have started to ramp up as well, which is great because obviously the CETAS hack put a major dent in the fund. I have to delete some things off this chart. It doesn't look great. But the CETAS hack obviously destroys a lot of things for SUI. Right now it's recovering fundamentally, so that's great. And that's also why we can speak about getting a breakout potentially above $4 to rally up to the previous all-time highs. Although I must say that getting a breakout towards that level, it is a possibility. Do I think it's most likely right now? No. Again, I'm going to tell you that I think that you should be a little bit more ready for a pullback. And for SUI, that's a little bit different, right? Because we do have a divergence here with the RSI. We actually don't have a divergence with the volume and the open interest. So SUI, compared to other major cryptos, actually looks best. However, the thing is that we are seeing a serious sell-off on Bitcoin, which matters. We have major news today, which can cause a pullback with the inflation rate data. Now, if the inflation rate data is good, if it's lower than expected, then SUI can surely break out, right? So based on news, we can definitely break out. But I would say that right now that we don't know the outcome of the news, that it's just risky. And we see the markets pulling back, and we see a lot of imbalances for SUI. I would say SUI is at least going to pull back into 3.6, 3.55. And if we get a very strong reaction there, right? So if we spike right back up to 3.9, then I think we can short-term still break above $4 and rally up higher into 4.5. If we get a decent reaction there, but it's not very strong, there's not a lot of volume coming from that reaction, then I would say it's more likely that we're going to pull back to that second imbalance right here towards 3.2 and 3.15 as well. Find support there, consolidate, and then later breakout. Right, so just as a bit of a summary, so that it still makes sense. Short term, I expect a pullback into 3.6, 3.55. Then, depending on the reaction, we will either drop down to 3.2, find support there, consolidate on top of that, or we will instantly break above $4, rally into 4.5. Depends on how strong of a reaction we get there. Do we get a spike down immediately back up? That's great. It doesn't have a lot of volume. That's even better. If not, we'll probably drop down into 3.2, 3.15. But I'll keep you updated on that. At least for now, that's what you need to know. So hopefully that helps. But for now, thank you for watching. Take care and bye.